Yesterday, Bitcoin saw a huge pump towards the $66,000 and is seeing now a little bit of a resistance coming into the market, but this is of course very bullish. We are seeing a lot of volume coming into the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs, which is very bullish to see, and I will discuss everything with you in this video. I will also have a look on several time frames for Bitcoin with you, because a lot of interesting charts are showing for Bitcoin, and I will also have a look at the two altcoins Ethereum and Injective, but about that later in the video. And the message in this video is that you don't want to get trapped by Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is trying to fool everyone now. So watch this video all the way to the end. Don't forget to slap up that like button, and let's dive right into the charts. On the daily time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is running into big resistance, and this resistance will be around the $66,000. So this could be a very interesting point to take a little bit of your profits after buying at these lows. But of course, we can also see a little bit of a rejection back to this previous resistance to turn it into support at the $64,000, and from there we can aim for higher targets. But for now, we are seeing a little bit of a rejection already, and we can paint this huge horizontal previous resistance now in the green, because it is again turned into support, and this is looking very bullish of course. So let's see what Bitcoin can do in the coming days. Are we going to see a rejection back to this $64,000, or are we going to pump straight through this huge resistance level to the top side? And yesterday, the total spot Bitcoin ETF trading volume surpasses the $2.1 billion, and this is of course the biggest day in the history of the ETFs. And we can see a lot of bullish inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs, because we can see a $555.9 million of inflow, and this is of course extremely bullish, and this is one of the biggest days for the Bitcoin ETF since the start of the ETF. And we can see BlackRock, but eventually Fidelity is buying for $239 million, so that's insane of course. And also the Bitwise Bitcoin ETFs buying like crazy. Even Grayscale was buying, so this is very beautiful to see. And now we can see that spike to the top side, and we're coming to a new all-time high in the total cumulative inflow. So we're coming closer to this $20 billion mark, and that of course will still have a very bullish effect on the price of Bitcoin. So this is looking very bullish for Bitcoin, and we can see this exponential growth of total cumulative inflow. So let's see if we can see another huge bullish week for Bitcoin, and see the rest of the week also getting huge inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs. And on the daily time frame, we can see these huge horizontal lines which act as huge resistance, and these previous highs are acting as resistance. And as I said earlier, if we are breaking these resistance levels to the top side, then we can become a little bit more bullish. And previously we saw this new higher high getting made by Bitcoin, and then we saw an uptrend for Bitcoin. And yesterday we gained this level a little bit, but we also see a little bit of rejection. So we can see the daily candle closes above this level, so actually this is a daily gain. So let's see if Bitcoin can pump through this new level and come back to this new resistance area on the top side, which will be at the $68,000. But of course we can also see a little bit of a rejection from here, and that we come back later to this resistance level and eventually break it to the top side. So Bitcoin is now in this huge uptrend to the top side on the daily time frame, and this is looking very bullish. So let's see if we can see a breakthrough and then see more topside potential for Bitcoin in the coming days. Another chart for Bitcoin on the daily time frame is this huge trend reversal. We can see Bitcoin was in this downtrend on the daily time frame, but now we are seeing a huge trend reversal, and now we're seeing a trend reversal to the top side. So this is looking very bullish, and of course we want to create this higher high for Bitcoin on the daily time frame, and after that a higher low, and then we can just continue the bullish uptrend to the top side. And as we can see, we gained this previous high a little bit, so we made a new higher high, but we want to see a bigger higher high, because we don't want to see diminishing highs, because that will indicate a weakening uptrend. So let's see if Bitcoin can create more topside here today and this week, and then create a higher low, and then just create more bullish topside, because we want to gain these previous highs, and then we can become a little bit more bullish. And if we're going to gain these previous highs, then we can aim for a new all-time high. And after the big pump of yesterday, we can see the Bitcoin fear and greed is now back in greed, and we are now at 65. And last week and yesterday we were still at neutral, but after those big pumps we can see greed is returning into the market. And as I was saying, I'm always buying when we are seeing fear. And last week we were seeing stages of fear, and that's exactly when I was buying. So we're now back in the stage of greed, so you can take a little bit of your profits. And this is exactly the way how to make money in crypto. You buy at fear and you sell at greed. And on the daily time frame, we can also see this broadening wedge for Bitcoin. On the top side, we can see a lot of touch points as resistance, and every time we touch this lower side support, we also saw a beautiful bounce to the top side. And every time we came back to this huge support, I was saying that I'm going to buy more Bitcoin. And at these stages, we were also in stages of fear. And we also saw a huge exponential move to the top side, and we're now coming closer and closer to this top side resistance, which could be very bullish if we're going to break it. But of course, this could also be a very interesting place to take in some profits, because potentially we could also see a rejection from this level and that we have to aim for lower prices again, just like we saw earlier. So we saw it also in the past as rejections coming in, we have to aim for lower prices. But of course, this could be the time that we're going to break through this level, retest the resistance as support, and then aim for higher levels. And this could of course be very good for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. And if we then zoom out all the way on the weekly time frame, we can still see this huge bull flag formation is unfolding. From the bear market lows, we saw an exponential move, and now we're already consolidating for 8 months inside of this huge bull flag formation. And now we're coming back to this topside resistance, and it looks like Bitcoin is trying to break out to this huge bull flag formation. So let's see if we can see a breakout of this formation, a retest of this resistance as support, and from there we can see an exponential move to the top side. And if this bull flag formation is going to break out, it has a breakout target of $108,000. So this could be an insane move for Bitcoin. And when this consolidation formation is breaking out, we would see a huge volume spike to the top side. And I think after this huge consolidation, we will see a lot of volatility coming into the market. And the first interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Ethereum. We can see Ethereum is also running into big resistance on a daily time frame after this huge bump from yesterday. And we're now at this resistance of $2,650. So if we're going to break this resistance to the top side, we could potentially see a retest of the resistance to turn it into support. From here you can enter the market in the long, and then we can aim for higher targets. And then the next big resistance will be around this level, and it will be around the $2,900. But of course we could also potentially see a rejection from this level, and that we're coming back to this huge support level at the $2,400. But for now it's looking a little bit more bullish because we are at this huge resistance. So let's see if Ethereum can break it to the top side. And if we then zoom in a little bit, we can see Ethereum is unfolding this huge consolidation formation with multiple touch points on the top side as resistance. And also on the lower side we can see a lot of touch points as support. And this price is getting squeezed into this apex, and eventually we will have to pick a side. So Ethereum could either see a break to the top side or a break to the downside. But we're now at the top side of this formation, so we are closer to see a breakout to the top side. And this could of course be very bullish. So if we're going to see a break to the top side, we could potentially retest this resistance as support. From there you can enter the market in the long and then aim for higher targets. And the breakout target will be around this level, and it will be around the $2,900, which will be confluent with a lot of resistance on the daily time frame. And if we then have a look at the Ethereum ETFs, we can see a bullish day was occurring yesterday because BlackRock was buying like crazy, and we can see a total inflow of $17 million. So this is having a little bit of a bullish effect on the price of Ethereum. So let's see if this week can be a little bit more bullish and if we're going to see more inflows into the Ethereum ETFs. And the next altcoin I want to have a look at is Injective. We can see Injective was falling below this huge horizontal resistance and support level. And then we came in this huge falling wedge formation to the downside. And we saw a lot of touch points on the top side as resistance, and on the lower side a lot of touch points as support. And a couple of weeks ago we broke to the top side, very bullish. So we saw a huge, nice exponential move to the top side, and we retested this previous resistance as support. And at this bullish retest, I was telling you that you could enter the market for Injective in a long, and from there you can aim for higher targets. And from this bullish retest, you could potentially already make a 15% increase. So that is an insane trade to make, especially when you trade on leverage. And now we have to aim for a higher target because the breakout target will be confluent with the top side of this falling wedge, and that will be around the $31. So there's still a long road for Injective to make, but currently we are in this uptrend on the daily time frame. So let's see if we can see more exponential moves, and if this bullish continuation can just keep going on. And of course this huge horizontal level will be acting as huge resistance level, which is also confluent with the breakout target. So if we're coming back to this level, I'm going to take a lot of profits in because I bought at these lows. And let me know in the comments if you still hold Injective in your portfolio, and if you took this trade together with me. Please give a like if you find the video useful, follow me on my other socials, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.